Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well. And I'm coming in here, jumping in your ear, jumping in front of your face for a bit of a rant and a ramble on some recent commentary from Grimes on an issue on a topic that I have been wondering about for a little bit, given that recently some artists that I enjoy or follow have come out with music that is AI enhanced or involves artificial intelligence in the creative process. One of the most recent examples that I can think of is the new Holly Herndon record. And I know that you guys before on this channel have watched me talk about projects like the Dada Bots, who are responsible for some online musical projects where you have like AI death metal and AI black metal and various shades of AI music. So getting into this article where Grimes is quoted as talking about artificial intelligence and its impact on music potentially in the future. She also predicts that AI will soon be able to surpass humans' capacity for creating art. She says, once AI can totally master science and art, which could happen in the next 10 years, probably more like 20 or 30 years. She also predicted that AI will reach a point when it will be building and creating art for itself. It'll be able to see great art, and it'll be able to understand what true innovation is, probably even better than we can, she explained. I think this is both great and bad, but I think part of the reason it's great is that I feel that we're kind of in this amazing time where we might be the last artists ever, which feels fun. I don't know, personally, that's kind of a scary, it's kind of a scary thought for me. Not that I think it would put me out of a job or anything. I mean, I guess if AI is creating art and it's art that's worth discussing or critiquing, if it's art that you can talk about and people want to see someone talk about it, then I guess that's fine. I mean, ultimately it doesn't necessarily 100% matter to me whether or not the music I'm reviewing is made by a human or an AI. I just personally find the idea sad that humans would one day stop making art because there is artificial intelligence creating art instead. So listen, having said that, and also encouraging you guys to read the entire article down below, which also links to a podcast where Grimes is talking about these issues, let me scroll up to the top here and throw out some questions, some issues that I think AI could potentially be facing as far as its future in music or even the music industry. I think there's a matter that needs to be addressed of cult of personality and also just a general connection to the human experience in art that audiences actively seek that they wouldn't necessarily get from just listening to some programmed artificial intelligence. Not to say that Kanye West and Lady Gaga or Ariana Grande don't make genuinely good art that stands on its own, but clearly with all of these artists, if you look at their fan base, there is an element of just this magnetic attraction to their personality. And for at least some segments of their fan base, it's very clear that that is what is drawing them to that artist. No matter how good the music of an AI is, I don't see it being able to replace humans making music on that level. Because how can a music listener genuinely relate to a piece of artificial intelligence that it knows isn't on the same track of experience that it is just by virtue of not being an organic being? The process of living, dying, physically and emotionally struggling, it's kind of something that is unique to the human experience, drives humans to have certain feelings that I don't think an artificial intelligence can just so easily recreate. I'm also aware that a cult of personality can form around things that aren't necessarily human. Case in point, Vocaloid star Hatsune Miku. However, considering the extreme terms of Grimes' descriptions here, I have to assume that the personality or whatever the character is that the AI is offering for people to buy into has to be as good or greater than that, or more compelling than buying into the personal story and emotions and tragedies and triumphs of someone like a Kanye West. And as of right now, I just don't see that as being possible, even if there is potential of Grimes having not literally meant that artists will be entirely replaced and society will have no use for artists whatsoever, and artists will just not exist entirely. There's also the matter of innovation that Grimes addresses in these interview clips as well. While I don't disagree that artificial intelligence would most likely be able to come up with some really creative, cool, innovative, mind-bending ideas that maybe humans have not stumbled upon yet, I feel like the viability and success of AI going forward as far as its replacing artists and it gaining a serious audience will depend on whether or not those innovations are widely accepted. I mean, what will the use of these innovations be if audiences just outright reject them or don't care about them, or they feel so alien that audiences can't really connect or get anything emotionally out of them? Because regardless of what AI creates artistically, what it's capable of creating, it still is going to need humans to enjoy and consume that thing. More often than not, I find that audiences like things that are familiar, and this is just by observing how people latch onto trends, how instances of nostalgic music see revivals throughout the mainstream and underground too. So while I don't doubt that AI can produce music and produce music that people like, I worry and wonder if this software and technology will just be relegated to making copies over and over and over of trends and sounds and styles that humans have already decided that they like, and then you have artificial intelligence just making different variations of this sound. Another factor is that with human creativity, I see there as being always more of an X factor than what you're going to get with AI. Human minds can be pretty unpredictable, especially in the realm of music, where a great deal of musicians statistically deal with mental health struggles, and a lot of the music they create is as a result of that. I just fail to see a point in time where we have artificial intelligence being able to accurately recreate and expound upon the long, wordy, depressive diatribes that you may get in maybe a Mark Kozelek record. How exactly does AI capture the magic, the raw emotional pain of a Daniel Johnston record? How will AI recreate the wondrous and odd qualities of a Bjork, of a Coco Rosie, of a Joanna Newsom? Maybe it's my lack of imagination that doesn't allow me to see this, but I genuinely don't see it being able to just snap of the fingers and just all of a sudden make something on that level, if not better. Especially given that any creativity that AI shows into the future is most definitely, unquestionably, going to be based upon whatever human-created music we feed to it. And my fourth issue here is that, in my opinion, humans are always going to be making some kind of art. Humans are always going to be expressing themselves, assuming that we continue to live in a free society where people have the means and the ability to do so. Because time and time and time again, art and the process of creating it has been shown to be good for the human mind, the human spirit. The benefits of actively creating something for artistic purposes has been shown just to be good for humanity. The fact that there are bits of artificial intelligence out there already making music shouldn't really be a factor, because sometimes the benefits of making the art is just from the process of making the art you're making itself. And those benefits can't merely be achieved by just consuming the art created by other things, even artificial intelligence, no matter how good it is. Sometimes you just want to chisel your own sculpture, you want to paint your own painting, or you want to write your own song, even if it's just a 12 bars blues track with the same solos and whatever that we've heard time and time and time again. We will not be able to achieve that same sense of gratification merely by allowing AI to make and perform all the music that we're hearing from now until eternity. So those are my questions and proposed hurdles to this imagined future where AI is just making all of the music that we hear. And again, listen, I think it's actually pretty cool that we have things like artificial intelligence out there being able to make music, being able to create new ideas, innovate on the musical forms that we're currently working with now. The potential in that, I think, is pretty great. great. And I suppose it's very much within the realm of possibility where AI does actually replace all musicians, and Grimes is totally right. But personally, I just don't see that scenario likely, because even with AI generating tons of innovative music day in and day out, much faster than we even can, there are way more benefits societally to people continuing to make music than stopping entirely. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that upwardly link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, AI, artistic obsolescence, forever.